Hello my friends and welcome back to the rabbit hole. In today's video we are chatting about Sephora again. It's like we do this in every video. But in fairness, this is a very different video from last time. Well, very kind of. I've got a mix of good news and let's say a talking point concerning Sephora. Let's go ahead and start with the good news. So, there was some chatter as to whether there would be a summer sale this year like there was last year, and thankfully, Sephora has decided to do their summer sale. It will be 20% off for Rouge, 15% for VIB. Let me make sure I have those dates right. And for Rouge, that will be August 19th through August 27th, and VIB, August 20th through August 27th. So get ready, the code will be Summer Save. As far as the talking point, I want to talk about this $1 million giveaway. I know there are a lot of people who have been feeling rather opinionated about this. I'll share my opinion as well, but I want to read to you the email first off. So this is the email that went out to all of us that says, "You saved your points for this. A chance to win 1 million. You read that right. Beauty Insider is giving you the chance to be the millionaire you always knew you could be. Use 300 points to enter now." Okay, so here's the deal. Last year, I guess it was about a year ago, Sephora had run a similar, I'm going to call this a raffle because that is what it is in my personal opinion. Sephora had run a similar raffle where you exchanged 50 of your points in hopes of being one of the winners of, I think it was a $500 gift card. I remember there being some amount of talk about this. People didn't really love it. It was kind of like, well, that's not quite what the rewards program has always been, and probably not what it should be either. But there is another side to this, and that's the people who say, yeah, well, points are pretty much worthless. Let me show you an example of what 300 points will get you from the Sephora Rewards Bazaar. Look how prepared I am. 300 big ones. And it's been this way for a really long time, but it is kind of, it's just not the best rewards program. I feel like I could say that fairly objectively if you were to compare it to, say, Ulta's rewards program. You know, there are these larger points offers that appear in the rewards bazaar, but good luck getting any of them. And a good example of this happened this past week. So Sephora had been sending out these emails telling us what was coming up in the rewards bazaar, which they do always do. And there were some very appealing NARS rewards ranging from 1,000 points to 2,500 points. Now, the day they went live, everybody was kind of thinking there must be some glitch with the website because it seemed like they said out of stock from the moment they went live. Well, it turns out that there were a maximum of 4 of these available, a maximum of 4 of these. In the US, if you were in Canada, there was only a maximum of 2. You know, considering that these what's coming to the rewards bazaar emails go out to literally millions of people, it is kind of a little on the insulting side for there to be so few, at least in my opinion. I do feel like it's historically low though, because even with some of the other 1,000 points perks, there's been, 80 of them available, not a lot, but you can try to get it. You might catch one. I caught one that was, I believe there were around 40 available. But when you are sending out emails to an entire country and the maximum you have of all of them is for rewards, it just kind of starts to feel like, why are you even bothering? You are getting people's hopes up that they might be able to exchange their points for something other than the little tiny rewards, and then you're disappointing them. So a lot of people have been speculating that this latest giveaway is Sephora's response to that. It does seem like there are more points in people's Sephora bank than there are rewards. It absolutely seems like that. So again, back to this raffle thing. You have to spend $1 per point, at least if you're at the Beauty Insider level, which means to get one of these tiny little points perks, you'd have to spend $100. Therefore, in order to enter this raffle, you have to exchange essentially $300 that you've spent at Sephora. Here's the both sides to that argument, because I try to see things from both sides. One is, well, it's not like you spent $300 on nothing. You did spend $300 on items that you purchased at Sephora. But the other side of the argument is that you kind of have this expectation of what those points are supposed to translate into. You have it in your head that those points translate into the type of things that you've seen in your email, what you saw in that 1,500 points rewards from NARS. And you know, when it turns out that you really don't have a chance of getting those, you not only have this disappointment over the actual act of not being able to redeem them, you have this disappointment at investing in their reward system. And I think it's really important to remember that people are told what they are supposed to get for being Sephora customers. So this means you could see that 300-point $1 million contest as a $300 raffle ticket. Ooh, that's expensive. But I've been reading the threads and I've noticed that a lot of people have already gone and done this. A lot of people have already exchanged their points for this. And the reason that I kept seeing at least, is that people were saying, well, what else am I gonna get? Those little points perks that are essentially useless? As you know, we like to have solutions on this channel, so I do have a couple of proposed solutions if you too are feeling frustrated with Sephora's points system. One, if you are thinking about entering into this giveaway, I'm going to reiterate that your odds are really low of winning this $1 million. They're really low. That's the way contests are designed. They are designed for the person throwing it or the corporation throwing it to benefit. I believe one person will win. I do not believe that every person that thinks they will win will win. So there is a way to send in a 3x5 card in order to enter into this giveaway. Yep, that's right. Instead of spending 300 points or $300 you've spent at Sephora, you can buy a stamp and mail in your entry.
These are entries into the Frito-Lay sweepstakes.
Will I bother doing this? Honestly, I probably won't, but it is an option. It is there. And if you ask me, there's really no way that I can see exchanging your points as a better option than mailing the 3x5 card. That is absolutely what I would do. And then option 2 is for the people who are feeling really upset with Sephora. I have to admit, this is some terrible timing. We just had that whole 30% off situation. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll link my video. A lot of people were upset about that. The fact that this happened not even a full week later, I understand why some people are saying, no, I am so done with Sephora. What I've noticed though is quite a few people who feel that way have been exchanging their points for entries into this giveaway. Again, I don't like raffles. I don't like lottery types of things, and I would never recommend them. Genuinely, I never would, especially these kind where even if you win, you're going to be paying the taxes on $1 million. I'm just saying. So I've seen a few people say that they just did it to get rid of their points so they can walk away from Sephora, and hey, if they get $1 million, cool. If not, oh well. Instead of doing that, I'm going to steal something that I saw mentioned on Reddit and put it here. Person who said this, if you want credit, please comment, and I will be happy to give you credit. I don't know if people on Reddit want credit or not, since it's kind of anonymous. It's really not. This person said, and I am paraphrasing, but they said rather than do that, rather than just waste your points and essentially give them back to this giant corporation for nothing in return, instead cash out a lot of these 100-point perks and donate them to a women's shelter. I am so on board with this. I really am. Even if they are tiny little points perks, tiny, I know. Even then, that would be very nice for a woman who is going through a hard time. That is still something that you are getting that is tangible from Sephora for everything you've spent. I think that sounds like a really good solution. Hey, do both. Send in your 3x5 card, cash out your points, and donate to a women's shelter. It's so win-win all the way around. I love that suggestion. And as far as Sephora is concerned, I think this is just not a good look that they have going on right now. You know, I know the biggest argument against this I've already mentioned, and that's, why would you expect anything? You already have this store that has these set hours that provides you with these items. Why are you expecting more from that? No, they still have this rewards program. They still send these emails about what you can get for buying at Sephora. So I don't know. I see both sides, but I'm definitely leaning more towards this seems shady. One thing I've been thinking about in the last couple of days, you know, I had put up that video that was kind of negative about Sephora, but true story, 1 week before I put that up, I actually put up a video talking about how Sephora played a very big role in getting me much more into makeup. That is completely true. I had so many good experiences in store at Sephora, learning from the associates, you know, getting these makeovers, all that kind of stuff. Really, I enjoyed it. So I think Sephora will always have this special place in my heart. And I think that's why I actually do want to talk about these things, so they aren't just swept under the rug as like, oh, Sephora's doing this weird raffle thing where people get nothing. It's kind of like, no, let's call this out because we want Sephora to do better. So that's my personal opinion. I am not going to be quitting Sephora. I do feel a bit of disappointment on my end, but you know, again, I guess maybe I'm just an eternal optimist that hopes they do the right thing. But this weird point giveaway, this having foreign stock, yeah, that ain't it. That is my opinion. Please feel free to comment your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like, make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you guys next time.